Hey guys, it's Cyclone here, and it's a Saturday afternoon, and I plan on just sleeping the rest of the day and taking it as easy as I can. Um, so we're going to crack open a beer. We're getting through the months here. We're getting close to winter time, so I've been in the stout mood. And what a way to start this season of stouts with one I've never gotten before from these guys, and actually I've never had one of their stouts before, so this will be a nice treat, I hope. This is Cisco Brewers Island Reserve 2015 vintage. This is a 13% stout, guys. I do not see anything about barrel aging on this bottle, and Cisco Brewery in Nantucket, Massachusetts, they're known for their summer ales and pale ales. But they apparently went off here and made a special limited release stout. And they probably make one of these big bodied stouts, a vintage each, every year. So this is the 2015. My gut is that a beer like this should be enjoyed with a couple years aging. So we're right in that nice period where we're approaching 2019. And so this beer should be in perfect drinking condition. And it's cheap. It's $13, which is why I highly doubt there's any barrel aging for this beer. This is a 1 pint 9.4, guys. This is a big bottle. It's almost 2 pints. So I doubt that it's barrel aged, but let's see if we can get some nice malty richness from this beer and see if the alcohol is well balanced. I really have no idea what to expect going into this beer. All right, the cage is off. Oh dear. Oh, it's what? There we go. This is. I'll be right back. Nice pop. Look at that cork. Tiny little knob up top. Got it. I got it out. That was the worst opening I've ever done. That was crazy. We got it open. Some nice cocoa notes and vanilla notes coming out of there. Oh yeah. This is going to be a tasty treat, I have no doubt. Let's see what it offers, though, guys. Should probably be able to go down the middle on it. Aggressive pour. Pours about a finger of head. Pretty carbonated. Look at that, guys. What do you think? For a 13% stout? Oh, yeah. Tan-colored head. Zero light. Pitch black beer, guys. Nothing I can really say otherwise. A nice-looking stout. Big, thick bubbles right out of the fridge. Let's go into the nose. Tons of roasted malt and milk chocolatey malt. And, I mean, I'd say there's a molassesy vibe already coming out. Might get a hint of a raisin scent in there, some dark fruit. That's always a good sign. Vanilla. There is some vanilla in there. Raisin, cocoa nib, roasted malt. Yeah, smells good. I'm enjoying it. Looks good. See how it tastes. Nice smoky element to that beer. It's a nice smokiness. Very smooth. I'm not tasting. I think aging a beer like this is great. Guys, I'm barely getting any alcohol flavor whatsoever. Like, it's super smooth. It has a velvety body. It's a smoky chocolate. There's a nice, the hop profile is still kicking, so the bitterness is playing with the smokiness. There's a nice undercurrent of velvety chocolate in this beer and cocoa vibe. I definitely need it to warm up. Right now, I'm digging the smoky aspect of the beer. I feel like some of the sweeter malt characters might be a little muted out of the fridge. But I'm digging it so far, especially for a 13%er. It's very well made. So let's give it a chance to warm up and develop. And let's see if that changes the overall balance of the beer. And I'll come back with my final thoughts. Hey everyone, I'm back with the Cisco Brewers Island Reserve 2015 edition. This is a fantastic beer, guys. For the non-barrel aged category, this beer is nailing all the notes of a non-barrel aged imperial stout that I'm looking for. In particular, the dark chocolate roasted malt flavors. There's a nice smokiness to this beer from start to finish. Nice dark chocolate smokiness. And you get the roasted character all the way through. So the roasted character is being upheld. I'd say the other flavors are really dark chocolate and maybe a very light vanilla and a very light raisin, but very light. I'd say it's really dark chocolate and smokiness. So it is a little bit one-dimensional. Just a little bit of vanilla. Maybe a hint of some, I don't know if prune is really in there. I think it's like maybe a small hint of raisin. And I'm not really getting any coconut either. Just roasted malts and chocolatey malts. But the beer is so balanced and so drinkable. And I think letting it age was a great decision. That liquor store I go to, they have the best variety of stouts. They always get their hands on these like pre-aged bottles so that you can just crack them open and they're already 3 years old. This is perfect. This is exactly the way these beers were supposed to be enjoyed. If you ever get a beer, especially a non-barrel aged, but I'd say any beer that is a high ABV that's not hop forward or coffee forward, let it age. Let that bottle sit in your fridge. For barrel aged, because they're so robust, you can enjoy one bottle fresh and one bottle aged, and you can tell the difference. For a beer like this, a non-barrel aged, I'd say let this age, because without the barrel aging process, you're expecting a little bit of booziness. But in these non-barrel aged, letting it age is going to cut out any pure alcohol aftertaste or alcohol profile on the body. With barrel aging, you get that alcohol complexity, but that's expected. And that's why I'm saying, if you get a high ABV stout, Russian Imperial is most commonly the case here, where it's not barrel aged, put that in your fridge and let it age for a couple years. That's the way I would go. And that's my advice to you if you're trying to enjoy these non-barrel aged beers. Now, another thing to look at is the price. This beer, the bottle I have, is $13 for a 1.94 fluid ounce bottle. That is super cheap for a 13% stout around here. Now, these guys are out of Nantucket. They can put these on a boat, ship it up to Cape Cod, and they drive it out to their favorite store. They can do it same day. It doesn't really change the fact. But, you know, this is still cheap. This is not expensive. And it looks like InBev owns 31.5% of this company, so they're a minority owner. The mouthfeel is great. There's a slight syrupy thickness to the body, but it's not sticky, syrupy sweet like some of the stouts become. It's just right under that. It's very velvety, very smooth. Look at the lacing on the glass. Beautiful. Guys, this is a 10 in the style and a 90. I'm going to give it a 97 on my personal. That's as high as I'll go for a non-barrel aged. I'm going to give it the A+, but just at the entry point, because I know that barrel aging this beer right here would only make it better. But for what I'm getting now, it's a high A and certainly worth your purchase. Delicious beer, guys. I love this beer. It's delicious. I don't know how often I can get my hands on their Island Reserve, but the store I got this at, they apparently got a batch, so maybe, next week I can go back and pick up another one. Who knows? Great beer. Great beer. Let's take a look at the scores. I bet it's going to be lower than my score, just because this is how things usually work. Let's go to all here, and this is going to be the Island Reserve. Gosa Lager. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, let's go to Russian here. Yeah, let's take a look. That's wrong. That's wrong. So, wow, they only have a 2012 version of this. When was the last review? Wow. Oh my God. Bro. The last review for this was 2016. Did they retire this? Hang on. They bring it out every winter. No notes at this time. This is the 2012 at 13.5% on Beer Advocate. And everyone was drinking this beer fresh. Like morons. Guys, if you get your hand, this is a fantastic beer. Beer Advocate from the past iterations, 3.44 out of 5. Not an aged bottle. Nope. That's ridiculous. That's insane. There's no way that's a 3.44. And trust me, I know. I'm a stout guy. I love stouts. These people probably drank a beer like this 2 weeks old. Blah, alcohol flavor. Blah. Yeah, these are all old reviews. I may have to update this freaking beer and say, hey, I just had this beer in late 2018, the 2015 edition, and it's fantastic. They nailed down the recipe, and you guys have to try it. Because this is a 13%. They reduced the ABV just a little bit, and I've let it age. This beer is an A. It's an A. So guys, again, 2015. There's the label, so you're not confused. If you can get your hands on it, if you're in the Mass area or New England, look for it, pick it up if you see it, because it looks like they're sending out some older bottles, and maybe they got this feedback and thought, well, maybe we should do a later release of these bottles to all the stores, and that's what I assume this is, and it worked out great. So that's my beer review, guys. This is Cyclone signing out. I'll see you on the next one.